Hello and welcome back to my channel. Geez Louise, my name's Louise, and today I'm continuing on with my Epic Treehouse series. This one is part 3, adding the colors. If you want to make sure you get part 4, you can go click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on that. And if you haven't yet seen part 1 and 2, you can certainly do so. Just click on the links in the video description or click on my channel. So in this video you will see a lot of mistakes, and first of all you saw me choosing out my limited color palette, and that one is chosen from the Harry Potter houses, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, because my clients specifically asked for that. And you saw mistake number 1 here, where I was working wet on dry, which is adding colors without adding water first. As you can see, I'm adding water on this side first and then blotting on the colors, and it looks really cool. But if you work wet on dry, it doesn't really blend as well and as nicely, so I had to add another layer. So the wet on wet technique definitely works best if you want a good blend for larger areas. And as you can see here, mistake number 2, I don't even know what this is. I'm working on a new kind of paper, and I thought it would be great for watercolor because it's 100% cotton, but it created these weird edges, kind of like the paper is absorbing too much of the paint and water. I'm not even sure what's going on, but I tried to tape it down, and I'm using a method where you don't tape down the edges, you tape down on the back and then tape down the tape. And now I'm going in with the rough outline of the sky, which is mistake number 3. So I laid down a rough color and again used the wet on dry. I don't even know why, but this created really hard edges and they were impossible to blend out afterwards, you guys. I really tried adding water and blending and rubbing on the paper, trying not to tear it, but it just didn't work, so I had to smooth it out with more layers which were more saturated and darker. And I had to add, I think, 2 or 3 more layers to even it out and to erase that kind of harsh lines you can see all around. So I switched it from a daytime scene to a nighttime scene. I think it worked out for the better because there are some elements which so I had to switch it out from a daytime scene to a nighttime scene. I think it worked out for the better because some of the elements of the drawing are more towards the evening scene. For example, the ferrets going to bed or the raccoons looking at the sky. So as you can see, I'm working in layers with the crown of the tree, for example. Just because it's easier to add color. As you also can see here, I'm working on the second layer of the sky. But yeah, it's easier to add color than to subtract it, obviously. And I was really frustrated with this part. But in the end it worked out great and I didn't have to redo it. So yay! I think that's what I had to say about this portion of the artwork, and I'm just going to let you be along with the music for a while. And if you're wondering, I will try and list all of the materials I used in this video in the description below. I just got some new brushes, and for the larger areas to apply water, before I add my colors, I do use a large flat brush because that's just easier to get more water down at once. And for the smaller details, I am working dry on wet. Wet on dry, yeah, whatever. I am not putting down water first. I am working wet paint on dry surface. Yeah, that's it. And that's just because I then work faster, and yeah, there's no point in doing wet on wet for the small details, because then you have to wait for it to dry even longer. And as far as my color palette goes, I had a hard time placing all of the colors because it was limited and a lot of brown, green and blue. So I wanted to add more different colors than just the color palette I had. And I could have planned it out, but I don't really work in that way. I tend to just choose some colors and then work with them instead of having a thumbnail where I place all of the colors beforehand. And also this is a really large piece, so it would have taken ages. And I just started by placing the colors that were obvious. For example, the tree trunk, the branches, etc., which I knew were going to be brown, and I just switched out the different tones and variations and different kinds of browns, so it was more interesting. And then afterwards I laid down color for all of the animals because they obviously have distinctive colors. For example, the parrots and the ferrets, they have different kinds of colors, so I could experiment a little more with that and add some bright colors to the parrots, for example. So as far as color choosing, color choice, as far as the color choice goes, I'm just trying to spread the colors out evenly, so I don't have, for example, a room that's entirely green or a room that's all colors at once, but I'm trying to make it coordinated but not seem too coordinated, if you get what I mean. I'm trying to make it look not planned out, but then again still planning it out. Now, as far as shading and outline goes, I'm going to do that in part 4 of this video series, so remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that part. It's also where I add the final detail touches, such as stars and stuff, and my signature, of course. So yeah, definitely go and check that out once it's live. It will be up hopefully Thursday. I did have a lot of technical issues with my hard disks and so on, so that's why this one is really delayed, but it's fine. I'm staying within the deadline of this artwork, so that's always great. Now, when working with a limited palette and also a large piece like this, I like to prepare my colors in a palette beforehand, so I have large batches of them and large washes, so I don't have to mix my colors all the time. So that's why I have quite large wells here, as you can see in the background of the video and on screen as well, just because it makes it a lot easier, and yeah, it doesn't muddy up my watercolor palette anyway. So that's what I like to do when I'm working on a piece like this. Now, another mistake I probably make too much, as you can probably see by the raccoon sitting in the library reading a book. I tend to not dry out my brush when I use it for small details, so you should dab it on a piece of cloth or towel or paper towel. I have just a cloth assigned for when I'm painting. That way I can wash it and reuse it, but what happens is you get this weird edge around your detail, or as you saw with the raccoon, it does smear out, which is really unfortunate, but luckily a raccoon has those black spots around their eyes, so in this case it worked out for my favor, but otherwise I don't know what I've done, honestly. So let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite room. Is it the galaxy room, the observatory, the bathroom, the sleeping area with the hammocks, or the game room, the kitchen? There's also the travel room, the library. Let me know in the comments down below. I think my favorite room is probably the galaxy room, and then the snack room where the monkey is sitting eating, I think, honey or something. I really like those. And also I like the basement, which is a laser tag room slash computer room. I just think it's a really funny detail to have squirrels controlling everything. And as you can see here, I am using my phone for reference for colors, because I wanted the birds to be realistic in color. So I am using just Pinterest, really. You can get a lot of cool photos on there of animals and other kinds of things, and it's not really copyright when it's just for colors. But if you do draw from a picture, make sure to find the real artist behind, because photographers are artists as well, and they do deserve to be copyrighted. So, but I think it's a great reference for colors and stuff. And I'm definitely also using it for the giraffe here, because I was under the false impression that a giraffe is yellow, but it's not actually. It's more of a sand kind of tan color, and I learned that at the age of 25. So yeah, not yellow but tan, and I think my artwork made it a bit darker, but we're not discriminating here on skin tone. But yeah, I think the giraffe really turned out great. never painted a giraffe before, so I think it turned out really great. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below how you think I did with this giraffe or any of the other animals. Actually, squirrels have been my arch nemesis for a lot of years. I just couldn't figure out how to draw them, and I think I did okay in this one actually. Do you guys draw animals? Which ones do you prefer to draw? I think mine are mice. I just really like putting them everywhere in my artwork, and saying that, I'm realizing I have no mice, not even one mouse in this one. Oh well, yeah. So I'm reaching the last few minutes of this video, I can see, and I just want to say that sadly I did lose some clips from this video during the laser tag room, and I'm not even sure how I lost it, because I did this video 3 times, you guys. It crashed on me, and my hard disks crashed on me, and I had to move everything twice from it and move it back, but in the end I still got a video out of it, so that's great, and I'm glad it's not the actual artwork that were damaged, but just the video. So I still really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to like by clicking that like button down below, and also subscribe if you want to see part 4 of this video series and a lot of other videos. I do a lot of other kinds of drawing videos, speed drawings and fun videos as well, where I go out and shop for art supplies. I do that a lot actually. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I think about now I am, well, not now, there's going to be a quick overview of the artwork in a few minutes, seconds, whatever, a few moments. Yes, a few moments. Would you just take a look at those possums? I think it's so cute with the possum family. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you have survived all of this way, thank you so much. Remember to like, hit the bell notification, and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos. And as we say in Denmark, hej hej!